These are historic pictures. I think it's a historic moment. We can say that we are seeing the process of the handover of those 3 Israeli captives being orchestrated by Hamas. They're clearly still on the ground, and they appear to be in charge of the situation there in Gaza as they try to control the crowds for the handover of those 3 Israeli hostages or captives. And Hamda, on that last point you mentioned, we understand there's been a delay by the Israelis now in handing over the names of the Palestinian prisoners that are set to be handed over. Talk us through that. What does that mean?
Well, there was a delay in those names, but within the last couple of hours, Israel did release a list of 90 names as agreed upon in the ceasefire framework of 90 Palestinians to be released from Israeli jails. 68 of them are women, 22 children. And you have to remember that many of these prisoners who are going to be released are being held under administrative detention. It's a controversial policy that Israel puts in place against Palestinians, arresting them with no charge or trial. So we're going to see some of those being released from Israeli prisons, but the mechanisms for their release are going to be different this time because Israeli forces will be conducting their transfer. The Israeli Prison Service has said they want to limit any sort of expressions of joy among Palestinians. So those who are being released to occupied East Jerusalem, you can expect a heavy police presence around them. You can see the images the same way they were back in November of 2023 when Palestinians were going back to their homes in occupied East Jerusalem. There was a lot of Israeli police present. Our teams were on the ground there and were not even able to film most of the time because of the restrictions that were put in place by Israeli police, by the Israeli military, to not show any expressions of joy. But that prisoner release will ensue once these captives are back in Israel after they are airlifted from near the Gaza periphery to a hospital in central Israel.